I made it. I'm in Italy. Not just Italy, though, but a Sergi. Made it all the way here. It was the easiest trip I've ever had in my life. Because I had somebody to guide me the entire way. It's weird, as they come, really. It's just like on the plane, I was like, oh, I will make friends with you. And then I was like, oh, I don't know where to go after this. And he was like, oh, I know exactly where you're supposed to go for some reason. You go that way. I'm like, oh, thanks. So I go that way, and I'm like, oh, I don't know where I'm supposed to go from here. Excuse me, stranger. Do you speak English? Oh, yeah, I speak English. Oh, that's weird. What do you need? Oh, I just need to go to this place. It's like, oh, I'm going right there. So everybody was going where I was going. And that literally happened up until down the road, where somebody wasn't going to this apartment, but was also going on the same bus. I was like, oh, do you speak English? He's like, yeah, I speak English. I'm like, oh, I'm going with Sergi. Do you know which bus that is? He's like, oh, yeah, I live there. I'm taking it. So I'm like, oh, I'll just follow you. So I did, and I'm here. But I'm locked out. I'm locked out of the apartment at the moment. It's a bit of a predicament. It's not a huge deal. I'm just going to sit here until things die down. But it's a storm brewing. There's a storm brewing. You hear thunder. I don't know if you heard that or not, but it's definitely in the sky. It's thunder. It's been raining. I don't understand how to order food anywhere, so I've got some snacks I've been eating. There's a little cafe down the road. It's 80 euro cents for coffee, which I could have, but it's not food. And everything else is foreign. I don't know how to interact with that girl behind the counter or tell her what I want. Then I went down a Hotel Gregorus or whatever it was and didn't say anything. I just walked in and it was dark and there was a man on the phone speaking Italian who did not get off the phone to acknowledge me. Then another man walked in and I was like, oh, do you speak English? He's like, no. I'm like, okay. But the whole place was just dark and nobody was there, and I figured it was either not open or nobody eats at this time. I think it's 10 a.m. back home, according to my laptop. Look at that. Anyway, I'm here on a Sergi. I'm just going to eat some food. I'll let you know when I get into my apartment, which should be whenever people get out of work here. So, hear from me soon, I guess. You'll hear from me soon. That's what I meant.